Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another mod showcase. I am ZipTheHedge here, and we're continuing the Witchery Mod, and I need to basically finish up with explaining to you about the Voodoo Dolls down here, because we explained these ones in here, how to make the Tadlock, the Bone Nail, and the Puppet Shelf. Even tried to explain to you how to do the other puppets as well for crafting them. I can't remember if I explained to you exactly how to do it, so we're just going to leave off right here. This one's the hunger protection puppet. Basically, if your hunger goes down to 0, the puppet would then take its place. It will die, and your hunger will replenish. How to make them is you take the glistening melon, which I believe it's I think it's you know what we're gonna look on how to how to glistening. I believe it's 8 gold nuggets surrounding a melon, and I think it gets the glistening melon. Anyway, you take the glistening melon, the rotten flesh, and the non-bound puppet, and it will be a non-bound hunger protection puppet. Okay? You get the voodoo protection puppet. Now, the voodoo protection puppet, basically, say like someone's out there who wants to voodoo you. Okay? And they want to start poking at you, start doing things to you don't want doing. Instead of you getting the damage, you getting a repercussion, the voodoo protection puppet basically protects you from that. Basically, anybody who does voodooism in general should not be using voodooism dolls against other players without permission. So if you want to tag lock someone, make sure you tell someone that you're tadlocking them. If they don't want to be tadlocked, don't tadlock them. And you can keep asking until eventually they might say yes. And then explain to them what it's for, so that way they don't get precaution, because some friends, I'm not going to point out fingers, but I had one friend who did tadlock me, and this is another story. There was another person recently that tadlocked me, but there's another story to this. I had a friend named Katie who taglocked me and was playing around with Voodooism too. I had a Voodooism protection puppet. So instead of me taking the damage, my puppet was taking the damage. So it was dying in my place. But when I found out about this, I turned around and started doing the same thing back at him, and that's what happened with the whole witch hunters coming after me, and my whole joke backfired on me, so the last laugh came on me. But yeah, if you tag lock someone, make sure you tell them what it's for, and then do it exactly like that. If you're gonna do voodooism on somebody, ask first before you do any type of magic or spells or curses. Because there's some people out there that don't appreciate it. There's some people who, and others won't, okay, say like 2 witches want to go at it and stuff like that. They want to have like a duel and stuff. Until the other witch is ready, don't cast any magic on them. Because it's the same goes for apply for in real witchcraft. Don't play around with magic unless you have words to really back it up, because you really shouldn't be playing around with that stuff anyways. It's actually quite dangerous. But in Minecraft terminology for voodooism, it applies the same way. Ask before to any other player before you start casting spells and curses and whatnot, even potions and stuff. So say like if you want to pass a potion to someone, oh, here's a restoration potion, or here's this, that'll help benefit you. If you're a good witch and just throw good stuff out, that's great. But if you're gonna be an evil witch and you're gonna start casting magic against one another, you cast magic to the wrong witch, you're gonna get backfired. Because there's always the bigger fish. You've heard the saying where, there's smaller fish out there that start eating other smaller fish. There's always a bigger fish. So, just be careful what you do with these voodoo dolls. They're not something that you can go and fling around. The only one that I actually use, and I'm going to be honest with you people, is this one, the Death Protection Puppet. When I tag log my friends, they don't like it when I tag log them. Even when I ask them, they're just like, no, I don't want you to tag log me. Even for a Death Protection Puppet, because there's a friend of mine who dies quite often. And, they go through my Death Protection Puppets quite regularly. So, whenever I get on, I have to turn around and make another Death Puppet to protection. Just so that way they don't have problems again later. And it's like, I love your protection on me. It's like, all it is my puppet. And it's like, okay, do you need your tag lock? I'm like, no. See, when I do witchery on Minecraft, I do it for protection and benefit purposes only. And then when some dick decides to come along and start casting spells against me, I can backfire it. I don't like casting spells on other people unless I absolutely have to. Now, what's fun about doing this mod showcase is I get to show you the necromancing part of this, which I have never touched. Same thing, well, the Banshee is the necromancing part of the witchery. I don't do that stuff, so that's not my flouche. I do the whole potions and voodooism, and go in the astral plane, no, the whole nine yards. But how to make a death protection puppet, now this is where the cost comes in. You need Drop of Luck, which I showed you in previous episodes on how to make the Drop of Luck using the distillery. The Diamond Vapor, same thing. Diamonds are essential in this mod pack. And then 4 of the Butter Nuggets, gold if you want to call it that, 4 of the Butter Nuggets, and a regular puppet not bound. And it creates a death protection puppet. Same way, you tag log someone, you put in your crafting grid the non-bound and the tag log, and boom. And there you go. Put it on your shelf. That person's protected. I've got one on my shelf inside my house. So that'll protect me. The Tool Protection Puppet. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is the worst doll to actually have. Because it doesn't really do anything. The only thing it does, and I'm going to be honest with you, is if you're, say like your pickaxe breaks, and you don't have another pickaxe, and you're stuck in the middle of, down deep below, you're digging for whatever, and all of a sudden your diamond pickaxe breaks. Guess what? Pop! It comes back at full health, and the puppet takes its place. To be honest, sure, it saves you time from having to go back up and get a pickaxe, but to be completely honest with you, we carry enough pickaxes and shovels, and heck, there's even whatever other items that comes out with the different mods that comes with the witchery, to repair your stuff. So I see no point in creating this one, but it's there just in case people do use it. I don't know who does, but I don't. But yeah. These dolls are really fun to play with. It's just the protection ones I like to use a lot on my friends, so that way fire protection. The fire protection puppet. Remember in my last episode, I think that was last month that I did this mod showcase, and yeah, I'm just now firing this back up. Yeah, basically, the fire protection puppet, I've seen so many people die in lava, and that puppet just saves their lives. It cracks me up, too, because I'll turn around, it's like, can you make me another fire protection puppet? Yes. Or, can you make me another death protection puppet? Yes. It's like, I always gotta sigh whenever they tell me, can you make another puppet for me, please? Because they're always dying. Anyway, moving on. this is where I do all the damage. You don't see all the protections and stuff here. Now here's the fun part. If you decide to be a dick, which I pray that you aren't, don't be a dick, okay? Use these with caution, because I swear to the gods, if you end up using it against another player, you are going to get repercussions so hard. Unless that player doesn't get into that mod, and then they'll use something else to backfire your witchery. The Voodoo Puppet. You can do a lot of things with this Voodoo Puppet. I basically was playing around with Kitey. Kitey is my friend. He was my guinea pig for the witchery. And he didn't know I was doing voodooism on him. This was way back in time when I was just starting in the witchery, and you know, we were all friends and stuff. We'd all play pranks and stuff against each other. Well, this was a little prank. Unfortunately, it backfired on me, and I ended up having 2 witch hunters after me. And yeah, that wasn't fun. So I just basically was quiet, trying my hardest not to laugh. And I thought it wasn't working, so I kept playing around with it, punching it, throwing it against the wall, doing whatever it is I could do to try and get this. In order to activate the Voodoo Puppet, you have to have that icy needle. The bone needle. And you take the bone needle and you just right click on the puppet, and it pricks the puppet. And I kept doing that, and it wasn't doing anything, but it was taking health damage. And I'm thinking, well, this is a waste of time. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hear, why am I taking damage? And I just lost it. I tried so, I was laughing, but I wasn't making any sounds, because I was holding my breath. I was like holding my face and stuff, and Sar's just looking over at the computer, and I'm dying. You know, I'm just dying, because I just kept poking him. He's like, why am I taking damage? This is not fair. All of a sudden, I'm taking damage out of nowhere. Nothing's hitting me, and I'm gone. Finally, Sar's just like, you go talk to Xerxes about this. And then I just laughed so hard, and I just couldn't keep it in. It was just so hard, because he just kept taking damage from my puppet, and I'm like, okay, Kitey, you're the guinea pig. He's like, okay, what do you want me to do? I said, do nothing. And he's like, okay. So I drowned him. I killed him by drowning him. I threw the puppet in the water, and he started seeing bubbles, and he's like, okay, you can find the puppet now, and I lost the puppet, so I couldn't find the puppet. I'm just like, Kitey, swim! He's like, I'm walking on land, and I'm dying through water without no air. You suck. Oh, God, memories. And, basically, I had no choice but, apologized to him, and I made him a death resurrection puppet before we started playing with this again. And this time I threw the puppet in lava. Oh, it worked. It went past his armor and went straight to him, so he was dying. He was like, oh my God, Xerxes, you suck. It's like, yeah, well, at least the death resurrection puppet took your place. And he's like, yeah, that's true. And then we had dimension doors, and that was the best way to get from point A to point B to another person's plot. It was just awesome. But anyway, as soon as we needed a pocket dimension to get from point A to point B and stuff, so we had to do connections and stuff through the dimension doors. I'm going to get into that mod showcase later on, because I absolutely love that mod. I love that mod. I gotta get it to work though first. Anyway, I still gotta show you Pam's harvest and stuff like that, so we're gonna get to that one after we get done with witchery. So, this is fun. But, yeah, anyway, so I go through the dimension door, and 2 witch hunters were right there. They just started wailing on me, and I'm taking damage left and right. I'm just like, help, somebody help. And And then I'm just like flying around trying to get away from these one-timers, and they're shooting me down with their crossbows. I was like, help! All of a sudden, Sar's like, you deserve it. And I'm like, no, I was sorry. I'll never do it again. And then Cuddy came in and saved me. Even though he was the guinea pig, he came in and saved me. And I'm just like, okay. So I've been giving him, resurrection dolls ever since. And he's like, your resurrection dolls help very much. Anyway, that was my story for using witchery. If you end up cursing someone, you are going to get repercussions. That's just, people say 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'll tell you this much. Karma is a pain in the ass. Anyway, going on, the vampiric puppet. That puppet I have not used. The puppet protection puppet basically protects you from any type of harm type puppet. From voodoo puppets to vampire puppets to other harmful puppets out there. But that's what this puppet is for. The vampiric puppet, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you use it on a player and it sucks its life out, and you basically gain life from it. I'm not 100% sure because I've never used it. I just didn't see the point in using it when you can use other spells. We had Ars Magica also in our mod pack and everything. I think I might do an Ars Magica 2 display. I'm not sure. We will see. But yeah, how to make this little cutie is 2 wool bat on either side, a diamond vapor, an exhale of the horn one, and a puppet not bound in the middle, and that'll get you your vampiric puppet. I can't talk today. Wow. And then you got the puppet protection puppet, which I don't use. I think it's from the voodoo protection puppet. I think this protection puppet protects you from all puppets, from the harmful puppets. So if any bad puppets were to happen to you in any other way, this would counter all those other ones. I think that's what it does. You get the Toa Frog, which will be an experiment for the next episode when I create my owl and the frogs and the little pesticides that I'm going to have to show you. But I'm going to get that all set up for you. I'm going to show you how to do it, what you need to do, and that's going to be so much fun because my favorite thing to do is create owls. I am an owl lover. Doesn't matter how big the owl is. My favorite owl is the snow owl. I absolutely love snow owls. Beautiful, rare birds that you see, and they will fly as low as they can and stuff from near Texas area if they have to, but they mainly stay in the Arctic area. You'll see them in Wisconsin, you'll see them all in the upper states, Canada, but they love the cold, and you will see these beautiful owls somewhere, just for grazing or just sitting near the side of the road, on in trees or whatever. But those birds are beautiful. But I love owls. You will see me if I have a pet. If I wanted a pet, okay, if I want an actual legit pet, and I'm allowed to have a pet and one pet in my life, it would have to be an owl, because they are beautiful birds. They are beautiful birds. They really are. They're not the only family animal. I have other animals. I'm an animal lover. I love cats. I love dogs. I love dolphins. I love animals in general. I love animals. That's just the way I am. I'm an animal supporter, so there you go. Anyway, Toa Frog. You're gonna need that. You need 4 of the nuggets and the butter nuggets in the corner. You're gonna need Ender Dew, and then a drop of luck at the bottom. This is a costly one. And then you need a voodoo protection puppet in the middle, and that will get you your protection puppet protection puppet. Try that, saying that 5 times fast. Then you got an armor protection puppet. Now, I believe with the armor protection puppet, which I don't see, another one I don't see a point in using, because your armor's automatically getting harmed anyways, because all you are is, that's gonna basically what it does is, say like you're wearing iron or diamond armor, and it hits 0, and it's about to break to where you lose it. All it does is it sacrifices itself, the armor protection puppet does, and then replenishes your armor, so basically you get your armor back. But it's only one piece, so I don't see the point in having it, especially when you can upgrade your armor to different materials using varieties. If you are doing basic Minecraft, diamond takes a while for it to ruin. Anyway, how to make this cute little guy is the Reek of Misfortune, 2 drops of life on either side, the diamond vapor, and the puppet not bound in the middle, and that will get you your armor protection puppet. Anyway, guys, those are your puppets. These are your collections right here. I recommend you putting them in the puppet shelf, so that way they will stay active. They will protect you no matter what. But yeah, this is the final part of that part of this episode of the Voodoo protection for the second half. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and yeah, slap that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more on the Witchery mod, because we are going to continue deep into this mod. And I'm going to be honest with you, Witchery has been updating recently, so I will be showing you things that I don't even know. So we'll be learning together. This will be a very interesting experience for the both of us. So I hope you viewers enjoy yourselves as we continue doing this, because I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna laugh at me when I when I do the newer parts of the Witchery mod, because I'm not gonna know what I'm doing, and all of a sudden. But anyway, you guys take care and goodbye.